Hey everybody, this is Larry with Rock Solid Development here on a Sunday afternoon. I'm here to talk to you about motivation. This isn't a motivational video. I'm not here to pump you up. I'm here to talk to you about the nuts and bolts of motivation. Doing what I do here, trying to help everybody build their foundation of success, which means you've got to get into the root of everything that's driving you, how you identify yourself, the whole thing. You need to understand yourself. So you know what motivates you, and I feel like motivation is your relationship with the why in your life. Your why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? What is driving you? And hopefully you're one of those people who has drive. There's some people that don't. They lack the vision, which is that's a topic I'm pretty excited to get into at some point. But this is motivation. So the why. I mean, we know from advertising, they are tapping into the why to get us to buy every day. What are they advertising success as? The looks, the clothes, the cars, the women or the men, or the everything. Having it all together, having the status, having the power, and in a sense, I mean, that's true. It's true. That's what success will give you. It will give you power. It will give you, it can give you happiness. I mean, it's going to do all those things. And it's not about money. It's not about money. Money likely will follow. And there's a reason for that. You are going to be providing value. That's what success is. You're providing value, and society is compensating you. They're giving you some of that back for your service. Happiness, whether that be through your sense of self-worth. I mean, you're going to feel more valuable because you're achieving your goals and you are building yourself up. You are adding to your skill set. You are increasing your influence. You are able to live a bigger and broader lifestyle. All of these things advertisers are tapped into, and it's for a reason. They know that it's true. Motivation. I mean, I want the power and I want the happiness, but why? Why is it that you want that? Why is it? So I can go into mine a little bit. My dad. My story is my dad. He grew up the son of a pig farmer, and I remember going out there. There'd be 1,000-pound pigs running around everywhere. I mean, particle board shack with partially dirt floors, and man, it had to have been rough. They didn't have running water. 5 boys, 3 girls. Not that family's kind of rough to me now. Nothing against them. Just kind of a lot of that kind of fell apart. But it's another story. My dad, he came from there. Managed to graduate high school, unlike a lot of his other brothers, and nothing against them either. He had something, and he had a drive. He had an internal drive that drove him to achieve success. He eventually ended up in construction, worked for a guy, learned a lot of skills, and when I was born, he started his own company. He worked every day, 7 days a week. He's working 100 hours a week, trying to be somebody. I think that was his thing. He was someday I'm gonna be somebody. And people would tell him, you already are somebody, dude. You already are somebody. He's like, no, I'm gonna be somebody. So, I mean, that's what drove him. Like, I think he had from where he came from, he had a low self-value, and he wanted to break that chain. He wanted to break that chain, and that's how he got where he got. And for me, I mean, he died when I was 11, drowned. I was there. Rough for me, ruined my whole life. Set me up for a very hard adolescent road where I got extremely self-destructive, went down into the deepest, darkest places one person could imagine, and here I am now, rose back from that. And when I was younger, I was always quiet, thoughtful, kind of, had a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, but wasn't getting them out there. So I felt like I had a lot of value that was not understood, and maybe that's why I have worked so hard. I don't know. Everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got their own thing. But at the end of the day, where I rest my hat on the subject is that I'm not just trying to get cars and get power and get these things. For me, it's bigger than that. Besides me wanting to express myself and my creativity and my thoughtfulness and what I've built within myself, I'm looking to build a legacy. I mean, if you are looking for success, you need to take that word and sit on it. Legacy. What I'm trying to do is be that guy that has built something that's going to impact generations of my family. That's what success is to me. And get the influence, be able to give back, and the whole thing. I want to create value. And I want my family to be known for it. I want to build a lasting impression. I want people to know how I got to where I got. I want my kids to know how to get where they want to go. Like, I'm here to document what it takes to get there, and I'm going there. There's no doubt in my mind. So, next, you can't do it if you don't have a vision, if you don't have goals, and if you have a vision but you have no goals, you're not going to do it. You got to have a vision, you got to know what you're doing. You have to have an idea of what the outcome is. You need to know how you're going to provide that value, who you're going to provide that value to. You need to be a salesman of yourself. There's no way around it. You need to think about how you're going to positively impact society. That is how you're going to be successful. I mean, there is a lot of people on this planet, and if you can impact their lives with your value, you're going somewhere. That's a fact. That's a fact. So you need a vision. You need to think. And I'm going to dig into this deeper in another episode. So let's stick on motivation. I've heard a little bit about what motivates me. Tell me what motivates you. Go ahead and tell me. I want to know. But you got to understand you can't just not be mindful of what's motivating you. And you can't be doing little goals at a time. You can't chase a goal down, achieve it, and then sit back. Don't do that. You need to reset a goal, set another one, set a higher one. If you don't have goals set out way beyond where you want to get in the short term, you need long term. You need to know what you're doing. That's the key. That's the key. And you need to develop skills to get where you're going. You can't just blindly do it, and you can't willpower your way to to that end. You can't. You gotta have a strategy. You're gonna be working against yourself. You're gonna be working against all the patterns of behavior that you've lived through your whole life, and you're like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Because you're not aware that you're having these emotional reactions to situations because of your past experiences. You gotta dig in. You need to see what's in there under the hood and understand yourself. Once you understand yourself and what drives you and why you react certain ways, then you can start having the executive power to say, hey, okay, this is how I feel right now, but this does not match up with how I want to be and where I want to go. So I'm going to stop this right here, and that's going to be the end of it. So, motivation, what are the obstacles? What is standing in your way from being motivated to achieve whatever goals that you have? What is standing in your way? Number one, doubt. I've been through this. Doubt is the number one motivational killer. It's gonna kill you. You're doubtful because you have no vision. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. You gotta work on it. Two, you got no strategy. You don't have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you ain't gonna make it unless you get lucky. And luck is not a strategy. It's not even real. Okay, in reality, you're not just a lucky person. People that are lucky, it's because they have deep within themselves the intention. They are building their mind to pick up on the patterns for the things that they're trying to achieve. You're like, oh, geez, it's coincidence that I saw this. I was just thinking about this. Well, that's because you're focused on it, okay? It's not magical out there, okay? It's your intention. You need to know what your game is if you want to be successful. That's no doubt. Same thing, your doubt, self-programming, and your conditioning. Maybe you are doubtful because you've had a series of failures and you've programmed yourself to say, I'm just no good at this. I'm not good at that. This is what happens. This always happens. That's a self-program. It's destructive. No, don't do it. Or maybe you're conditioned. Maybe you had a person of influence, a friend, a family member, someone that said, oh man, you're not good at that. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, dude, no, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Only you get to decide what you are good at. If you're not good at something, if you're not naturally good at it because you didn't spend a lot of time on it in your youth, and you don't have those pre-existing neural networks in your brain, this system structure already there in your brain. Like, you gotta work for it. You gotta train for it. You can get there. It's gonna take work, but don't have somebody tell you just can't do it. It's fake. It's fake. You just don't have the skills yet. Are you motivated? If you're motivated, you can do it. You gotta have a vision. And it follows right in with the other thing I was thinking about, naysayers. Just, if you have this big plan, this big dream, you start telling people, if they're like, yeah right, dude, just start doing it. Don't listen to them. Don't let them get in your head and start telling you what you can or can't do, or have them start feeding your own self-programmed doubt cycle that everybody's got. I have it. And ever since I made the video on it, a couple videos back, I get the sense, I get the doubt, it kicks in, and I'm like, don't let the doubt get you down. That's doubt, man. Brush it aside. No, I'm not going to be doubtful. I'm going to keep moving. That's program. That was the program. I don't need it. It's not real. The energy. Do you have the energy to achieve your goals? Is that impacting your motivation? What's impacting your energy level? I guarantee you, if you're drinking, doing drugs, smoking cigarettes, vaping, doing any of that, that's definitely impacting your energy level. Is it helping you unwind? Maybe. Is it leisure? Is it recreation? Maybe. But if it's a habit, if it is a habit, it is impacting you. There's no doubt in my mind that it's slowing you down. I've always liked to drink. I like to drink. I like to have fun, but this last month, didn't drink. Not at all. And I felt better. I've been after achieving my goals. It's been great. It's been great, and I'm not trying to quit drinking for good. I have no problem getting social. I have no problem going out once in a while and having a really, really good time. That's great. But when I'm so stressed out from work, I'm coming home, multiple nights a week and having a beer, having 3 or having 4 or 5, or a weekend drinking 10 beers or having some mixed drinks, and it's just an ongoing thing. Man, you can't function at your prime level while you do something like that. It's just not possible. It's not possible. It's in your way. Smoking in your way. I've researched into cigarettes. I smoked for a long time, off and on, heavily, a couple. It's been a long-term battle for me. Not smoking right now, but it does, man. It triggers your executive functions. It helps you stay on task, do things, relax for a second. It has qualities that are good, but man, your energy levels are gonna go down if you're not keep puffing. They're gonna go down as you're coating your lungs, man. You're impacting your ability to take oxygen. It's there. If you're doing any hard drugs, man, I would suggest just get off that boat. Because why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? If it was a phase, me, I've been there. And if it was a phase, I hated myself. I got to points where I hated myself completely for what I was doing to myself. But I was able to experience a very broad range of how human beings can feel and experience things. But some people don't make it out. That's it. They're done. They're dim. They're out. They're just done. It's sad. I've seen a lot of people crash and burn. Don't be one of them. You got to get out of it. You need to have a purpose. If you got no purpose, if you're just dwelling on past things, or you're trying to achieve a level of feeling that you can't in your everyday life, then you need to figure out how you can. And some extremes are not meant to be felt. I'm sorry. If you want to, I'm not condoning, but if you want to see what's capable, just know it's not a normal range. You're not supposed to get there. It's interesting to know what that range can be. It opens your eyes, that's for sure. But drinking, drugs, smoking, that is gonna hold you back from having the energy to go after the success you want in your life. It's fact. Your eating habits, it's common sense stuff. Everybody knows it, but they have this little part of themselves, hidden part of themselves that they try to be good, and then something just says, geez, I gotta get this fast food. You'll come up with some reason, geez, I just want this. I feel like I want this. I want this so bad. Just convenient, whatever. If you put garbage in your body, you're not gonna feel your best. It's fact. It's a fact. Like, you need to think about what options you have. You got to think about it, and that's you got to have the time. You got to put the time in to think about what kind of meals you can have, what you can have on the go. That's gonna, really benefit your health. You need to take your health serious before it's a problem. Like, if I could have done that in my 20s, I would have loved myself for that. But a lot of people have the problem. A lot of us have the problem. We don't eat the greatest. We're eating all these refined grains, Cheez-Its and Goldfish and all these things that are like, what even is this? Why am I putting this in my body? It's just not meant to be. They shouldn't be doing it. All these fake sugars, all this stuff. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at this at all. I'm not. But I try to, I've been trying to get that away from me. I need my problem. This is a problem for me, motivationally. Energy. I need to feel the best that I can feel so that I can achieve the things I want to achieve. That is my problem. I need more energy. I need to go longer, harder, faster. I'm looking to be an athlete and achieving success. So, what is your reason? Maybe you just want to feel better about yourself. Maybe you just want to get a better sense of value within yourself just by looking in the mirror, look how you feel. Maybe you'll have more energy if you don't have the extra weight or whatever it is. It's an important piece, your diet. Look into it. What you start looking at, what foods can I eat to increase my energy? It's a whole thing. Energy, sleep. If you're not sleeping well, then don't expect to have the best energy. Simple. If you're anxious and your mind races at night and things are going, I'm telling you right now, the skills that you learn when you're trying to be successful, they help. They help because you need to get organized. You need to think about the things that are coming at you, that are stressing you out, and have a strategy. If you look at, okay, these things are going to be coming at me, and I've got a plan for all these things, guess what? I don't need to stay up at night thinking about it now. I have a plan. Like, I'm going to kill it. So now I can rest easy and go to sleep. There's no anxiety. I have a plan. What more can I do? Other than that, I have to have the belief in myself that when it comes time to perform, I am going to do it. I've run the game enough in my head during waking hours to or experienced it before to have faith that I'm going to execute and I'm going to do good. It's normal. Once in a while, you have a big thing, new thing that you're going to do, get anxious, don't sleep good. But if this is happening all the time, I don't think that taking sleeping pills every night is really going to do it for you. You need to get to the bottom of your anxiety and start fighting it. And then exertion. If you're doing some heavily exhausting things, it's going to be tough. That's where you got to dig deep, because if you have to do those things, then you got to deal with it. You got to deal with your muscles being sore, your back hurting, or whatever. What's more important to you? What's more important? That's a signal. Like, you need to get stronger. How these muscles that are getting affected, maybe you need to hit the gym in those spots and make those stronger so that it doesn't have as big of an impact on you. Like, start thinking about this logically. Okay, you got to, what can you eat to sustain the exertion you're putting out? Like, think about it. You need to focus on it, not all this crazy stuff coming at you off on Facebook and in your emails and all these people and social interactions. You need to think about you and how you are preparing yourself to be the best you can be, because you're going to thank yourself for doing that for yourself. There's no doubt. No doubt. The next thing, maybe your goals take money. Maybe your goals take money. And that is going to be an obstacle for you. So if you got no investment capital, I mean, you need to get some. And you're like, well, how can I do that? I mean, I'm not making any more money. And maybe you need to. Maybe you need to figure out how to make more money. Maybe you just don't have a budget and you're just like flying by the seat of your pants and don't know, you're like, just monitoring your bank account as it fluctuates, and you don't really know what it costs. And you're like, oh geez, it's getting low. Maybe I should cut back. Like, you need to know what you're spending your money on all of these items and all these things. You need to have a budget. There's no way around it. If you want to achieve the things you want to achieve, you got to have a budget. It's going to help you identify, hey, I'm not making enough money to live how I want to live. What's next? My goal, I got to figure out a path to make more money. It's that simple. You just need to identify, set a goal, and act, and know why you're doing it. You need to have the vision and the understanding of why you're motivated and what you're going to achieve, what you want to achieve. That is the key to all of it. And then, final part of motivation, you gotta have the skills to be motivated for success. And you want to look at people that are successful. You want to mimic their thoughts and ideas on the subject. They are the professionals at it. You got to develop your skills, whether that be time management, money management, your personal, emotional state, managing that. That's difficult. You got to know yourself. If you don't know yourself and all your issues and problems and why you do the things that you do, and you're not working at that, trying to grow personally, you're going to have a hard time. If you want to really achieve the level of success that's going to change things for generations in your family, you got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed with the things that you're doing that provide value to everyone and that you're going to get compensated for. That is the key. You need to be obsessed. People are going to be like, oh man, I'm worried about you. Like, why are you working so hard on that? It's not normal. So yeah, it's called sacrifice. I'm sacrificing something so I can achieve something great. Like, I can't just live status quo and expect to move up a tier. You can't. You got to be prepared to do more than is expected, more than you should have to do. I mean, it's gonna seem crazy if you want to take it to that level. You got to be obsessed. You got to just dwell on it. You got to go and try to read books about it. You need to learn about it. You'll watch videos about it. Do everything you can in your power to figure out how you can be the best and provide the most value and get compensated more than anybody else in the space. You got to be organized. You gotta understand yourself and all the components, your vision. You gotta be able to. And I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm working on is a way to get it all written down, get it all mapped out, build a map of yourself. You gotta map it. It's too much to try to keep all these things stuck in your head. You need something in reality, in physical form that you can, track and modify and manage. You need to be able to manage yourself, and there's too much going on an everyday basis for you to actively think about all this whole thing that is you. You got to get it out there. You need an auxiliary tool, on a computer, whatever, to to help you manage you. That's the way it is now. There's so much information out there, so much stimulus. You're getting overwhelmed. And what you need is certainty. You need to be certain of who you are and what you're doing. You gotta be certain, absolutely certain. So you gotta be organized. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a strategy. Like, what are you waiting for? You gotta start doing it now. Start doing it now. Don't get overwhelmed. But you're gonna feel like if you go after this, sometimes you're gonna feel like your head is going to explode. That means you're on the right path. That means you are challenging the existing neural structures within your brain, making new connections, new pathways. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Then you want to get some good sleep and let your brain, sort it all out, and then go after it again. And your vision and your goals. I can't say it enough. You need a vision, and you gotta have goals to get there. Stepping stones. Don't set a giant goal with no intermediaries. You need intermediary goals so that you can get sense of achievement, break it down into manageable pieces, and start attacking it. That's what it takes to get to the next level. In a nutshell, that's the motivation piece, like your drive. I see so many people that just have no drive. They have no drive. They have and 9 times out of 10, not a real statistic, I'm just saying. From my view, 9 times out of 10, it's their own self-doubt standing in their way. Oh man, I wish I was better at math. Oh man, I wish I was better at that. I'm just not. Like, dude, why are you so certain about what you can't do? Flip it around. Be certain that you can do anything. There's nothing you can't do. You gotta train for it. I mean, you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to put in the effort and make the sacrifices. But just remember why you're doing it. Why are you doing it? You're gonna really change your life if you start operating on that wavelength. And I hope everybody that watches this gets a little something out of it, can take that and work with it a little bit. I want to hear if you agree, and I want to hear if you disagree. I mean, I don't know how, but I think this makes complete sense. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Put them below. Subscribe to the channel, because we're going to talk about subject after subject. Motivation, we're going to talk about the vision, we're going to talk about self-discovery, we're going to talk about important books intellectually, we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about sales, we're going to talk about finance, we're going to hit the whole board. We're going to take a shotgun and just shoot it. So please subscribe, hit the like button, and have a good day.